Okay, so I'm going to show you how to solve this type of equation right here. This equation has a variable on both sides of the equal sign, on the left side and the right side. And I'm going to use the basic strategy of isolating the variable. First, before isolating the variable, I'm going to simplify each side of the equation as much as I can. So over here, I have a 3 and outside the parentheses, so that means I could distribute this 3, meaning multiply the 3 times the two terms inside the parentheses to get rid of the parentheses on the left hand side. So here we got 3 times 2t, which is a 6t, and 3 times 6 is 18, so I have minus 18 equals 3t minus 9. So now I look and there are no like terms, there's no more distributive property, there's nothing to simplify on either side of the equation. So now what I want to do is I want to get all my terms with the t, or with the variable, onto one side. And to do that, I'm going to use a property of equality to do that. So the property of equality states that whatever I do to one side, I do to the other. So if I want to cancel this 3t on the right side, I'm going to subtract 3t from t. So this will cancel out. But the property of equality states whatever I do to one side, I have to do to the other side of the equal sign. So this equal sign over here, so I'm going to also subtract 3t from this 6t, since they are like terms. So as a result, I end up with 3t on the left minus 18. Bring down the equal sign. Over here, that's left is a minus 9. Since it was a subtraction, it's like a negative 9. So minus 9. So there I go right there. So now I have this equation. It gotten a little smaller, but I still have not isolated my t. I want to continue to do so. So now I'm going to cancel the constant term. That means the term without the variable, this minus 18. And to cancel that out, since it's a minus 18, I'm going to add 18. And once again, the property of equality states that if I add 18 to the left, I have to add 18 to the right. So I'm going to add 18 to that minus 9. So these minus 18 plus 18 cancels out, leaving me with 3t on the left. And then minus 9 or negative 9 plus 18 gives me a positive 9. And once again, I need to use my property of equality here. Since 3 is multiplying times t, to cancel that, I do the opposite, which is divide by 3. And once again, to keep that equality, whatever I do to one side, I do to the other. So I have to also divide the right side by 3, leaving me with a t equals 3. Okay, so once you get a solution, you can always check your answer to make sure that your math in this middle part right here was correct by replacing or substituting this 3 back into the original equation and seeing if the left side actually does equal the right side. So let me do that real quick. Okay, so I substituted the 3 into, work from the other problem I did earlier. Right there, I substituted the 3 into my original equation. So now I'm just going to use my order of operations to go ahead and simplify both sides of the equations. So here I'm going to work inside these brackets. So I have 2 times 3 right in here, which is just a 6. So I end up with 6 minus 6 inside. And then on the right side, we get the 3 times 3, which is 9, minus 9. So I'm already seeing it's going to come out nice and good. So here, 6 minus 6 is 0. And 9 minus 9 over here is 0. And one last step, just for completion's sake, 3 times 0 is 0. So I end up with the same number on the left and right. It doesn't always have to equal 0 here. As long as the left number and the right number are equal, it checks out. So that means the answer to this equation is t equals 3. That's what makes it true. Okay, so now it's your opportunity to try to solve an equation with variables on both sides of the equal sign using the steps I just showed you previously. So at this time, go ahead and pause the video and work it out to see if you get the right answer. So go ahead and pause now. So did you get D equals 2? If so, good job. You seem to understand what's going on. So hopefully this helped you out, and come back again.